Say the walls in different languages. Das Morn, Los Muros, Les Murs, Il Murario, and Nabali.
Nabali, yeah. Nabali. Actually, that was my nickname in school, was Bala Walla.
Bala Walla.
Bala Walla.
You scored a goal for South Africa the other day.
Did I?
Yeah, well done.
Thanks. Didn't even notice.
So, and you know, on the Bone Deep, you know that bit where it comes to the end of each phrase or whatever, the end of each verse where it goes with what's the name of that drum that does that?
Just really tightened up bongos.
Tightened up bongos.
It kind of sounds funny, doesn't it?
Yeah. But it sounds great. I love that. Yeah. Very good. But it doesn't have a technical term or anything like that.
No. Not that we know of, no.
All right, now listen, the new song, you're going to do it for us, and it's out on single called Carrying the Fire, and it's kind of reflective and positive.
Yeah, I suppose you could call it that. Well, Joe wrote it, so he encapsulated the meaning of the song kind of better than I did in the press release. I suppose there's a lot about Irish history in it, you know. I think at the time when I wrote that, I had just read Joseph O'Connor's The Star of the Sea, and which is all about the famine period and stuff in Ireland. And I'd also read around that time The Road, Cormac McCarthy, and that's where I got the title from, Carrying the Fire.
Carrying the Fire.
But it's just looking back on Irish history and the amazing sort of hardships and tribulations and trials that we came through, and it actually makes the troubles of today look like a walk in the park compared to it, you know. Like
the people are still eating and, you know, not starving and not having to, well, I mean, some people do have to leave the country, but not in as many, in the abundance that it used to be. But it does, what caught my eye was, it's inspired by the ability of the human spirit to survive against the odds. So basically it's a positive message for anybody out there who's saying, oh God, where this is never going to end or whatever. Yeah. That's maybe it will. Yeah. Okay, so I presume because Rachel's got a violin in her hand, she's going to be playing the violin.
She's going to be getting violent.
Okay.
She's going to get violent, yeah.
I'm going to get violent.
Okay, so Carrying the Fire, and is there an album to follow?
There is, yeah. It's actually been mixed as we speak in a studio.
So I don't think he started at
this time of the morning. Oh, he hasn't started yet. No, he hasn't. He'd be starting at 11 o'clock.
11 o'clock.
So we were there last night till about 11 o'clock.
Okay.
And so it's been mixed, and it'll be out sometime, I'd say, hopefully in the autumn.
Great, very good. Well, good luck with that. And Carrying the Fire, live in studio here on Today FM, The Walls.
Here we go.
And her cousin Rachel.
Here we go.
They were wandering the roads, nowhere to hide. Carrying the fire, carrying the fire. Skin and bones and barely alive. Carrying the fire, carrying the fire. Crushed down, driven to hell. Carrying the fire, carrying the fire. The brute force of Oliver Cromwell. Carrying the fire, carrying the fire. There were lost 500,000 lives. Those who live made sure the tale survived. On hundreds of ships crossing the 7 seas to Botany Bay, New York and Mississippi. Through the cracks in godless concrete streets, life bloomed like some rebel weed. Whoa, 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 ship came from the east, carrying the fire, carrying the fire. In a hotel, she cooks and cleans, carrying the fire, carrying the fire. Said, I don't know a soul in this strange place, carrying the fire, carrying the fire. She said, come on upstairs, come on inside, come on upstairs. Come on inside, we're gonna keep warm, we're gonna
Carrying the Fire. Ladies and gentlemen, fantastic. That sounded brilliant. Your voice is, I know you're related, and when you're related, your voices go really well together, but you could hear them really clearly. So
great.
Yeah.
That's why
you should get a copy of that recording.
That's why we got the cousin in as well.
I got the cousin in as well.
It's all in the blood, you know.
That's it.
You know, Ian, I think if Ireland hadn't been cheated out of the World Cup,
oh, here we go.
Wouldn't that have made a great anthem?
Wouldn't it? Yeah, Carrying the Fire. Yeah. Well, at the moment, all we have is the Irish volleyball team. They're off to Andorra for the Euro Championships today, so they're carrying the fire. So
well,
best wishes to them.
We'll let them use that.
Yeah, okay, right. Very good.
Ian, can I just give you a little tip here on that song is available to download from downloadmusic.ie.
Okay.
And if listeners want to get it, they can text in the words music fire to 57501, and you can download it onto your phone, or you get a little password which you can then download it from the internet.
Right, so music fire.
Music fire. Music space fire.
Okay, 57501.
To 57501.
Okay. All right, and downloadmusic.ie, and you can also thewalls.ie if you go to the walls.
You can get it there from thewalls.ie, and then it's available from iTunes from the 29th.
Okay, now I just want to ask you about one other thing, because I'm fascinated by this, by gadgets and gizmos and all that. You're doing a 2-man audio-visual show, which is taken around the country. So just tell us how that works. You've got the two of you on stage doing your thing.
Yeah,
was Rachel there, no?
No, Rachel isn't there.
Okay, right.
Not yet.
Is she on video?
Not yet. We haven't told her yet that she's going on the road with this. Right, okay. She didn't even know she was singing this morning. She was playing fiddle. Basically, it's a show that's enabled myself and Joe to travel, because a lot of the time it's just prohibitively expensive to bring the full band. So basically, it's like a full band gig, except that the rest of the lads, myself and Joe, are on stage playing pretty much like what we're playing now: acoustic guitar, electric guitar, percussion with our feet and keyboards and all. Yeah. But then we're joined by the rest of the band. Like, we introduce the band on stage, and they walk out, but they're on the screen behind us, and they say hello to the audience, and they talk to Joe and myself, and we talk to them.
This is like that Elvis thing, but you're not dead.
Exactly. So, like, the keyboard player says, he says hello, folks, and then says to me, what song are we doing? And I said, we're doing Bird in the Cage. And he says, who's starting it? You're starting it. So there's this kind of
very
thing.
Very good, but you've got to remember your cues, because if you get it wrong, it goes
well, the first time we did it, we made the mistake of that we would speak first, or we'd have to kind of wait for them, a little visual cue. But
don't be giving away any trade secrets now, Steve.
Okay. Now they talk to us, so it's just like a normal conversation.
Very good.
So you just answer as you would.
There's a great moment where myself and Steve, we don't have the virtual band behind us all the time. Yeah. Sometimes it's just myself and Steve. We'll alternate and we play live, and but there's one moment where we're just about to start a song between the two of us, and the drummer Rory peeps out from behind the curtain. The virtual drummer Rory says, "Lads, do you want a beer? There's cold beers in the fridge backstage."
That's very good. Well, listen, you're doing that in, that sounds great. I'd love to see that in Boyle's Music Cavern in Slane on the 1st of July. 3rd of July, you're going to be in Kenmare in the Carnegie Arts Centre. Then the 2-man audio-visual show, as well as in the Odessa Club in Dublin on the 8th of July. You're doing a full band show in Puck Fair in Killorglin on the 11th of August. And then in September, back to the 2-man audio-visual show, Temple House Festival in Sligo. Okay, Joe, Steve, Rachel, thank you very much.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks,
always a pleasure. See you later. Cheers. What do you think? Are you watching the World Cup, by the way?
Little bits of it, yeah.
You're mixing, of course, at the moment. So.
Exactly, yeah. It's a little bit dull so far. Hopefully it'll warm up.
It will, actually. Have you seen the Vuvuzela? Everybody's talking about them. Heard them.
Have you heard it? Yeah. It's a bit of a racket, all right, isn't it?
There's on YouTube, there's songs now with Vuvuzela songs. Have a nice day. See you later.